Gary, what happened? What is going on, Cuffaros? Welcome back to another video. I got a haircut. I know I look a lot different. A lot has been taken off. Fresh start, you know? Need a fresh start. Need to grow all this out again. I was looking a bit crusty, let me tell you. Now you're probably looking at the title and thumbnail of this video and you are mind boggled. You're like, what, how, when? So many different questions are probably going through your mind. And trust me, I will answer pretty much everything you could possibly be thinking of. In just a second, I do want to, of course, get everyone fed this morning. It's bright and early and it has not stopped raining since the sun has come up. Look how much rain. It has not stopped raining for 2 days straight. The entire yard is flooded. Although each and every single house is dry, which is the biggest thing. We elevated all these houses that we made for the animals so that they could not get wet inside the homes. So as you can see, this entire enclosure is practically underwater, right? But if you look in the house, they're all in there with their dried hay, eaten up in there. And then of course Lady May and the pigs love the rain, so they're out. Finny boy over here, our horse, is waiting on his breakfast. There he goes, he's speaking to us. The barn looks so good. Landscape's doing amazing. I'm coming, Finn. I got some green hay for you. Oh yeah, that is some good TNA right there. He's happy. And normally he's eating out of a hay bag, but Buddy ripped the string off the fence and broke his hay bag. So this morning he has his hay on the ground. Have a good breakfast, bud. 5-star. Ah! You are up there right now, huh? Man, king of the hill right there. I literally have merch exactly where he is right there. A shirt on my website, PokeFaroBrand.com. You can see Mango is in there sleeping. We got Lady May right out front here, loving the water. There you go, bud. Their food bowls are full of water. There you go, Mango. Eat up, buddy. Lady May, why do you always... They always gotta switch. Every single time they switch food bowls. Every time. Look at how flooded this is. But then again, the enclosures are all different levels. So all up here is actually dry and all along the back. And then all over there is dry. And then have this giant puddle, like stream. What are you guys doing to each other? Leave each other alone. And then in the house, of course, is dry as well. Hey, Bambi, you're a crybaby. That is the loudest pig I have right there. All she does is scream. See? They are bullying her. Leave her alone, dude. They all get a little aggressive in the morning when the food is about to come out. There we go. Eat up, everyone. My plan is to actually eventually make like an 8x2 foot concrete slab, like right here. So just a slab of concrete like that. And then I would pour the food onto that slab of concrete and that's where the pigs will eat off of. It'll help trim their teeth, tusks, and of course keep the dirt out of their food. Although they are pigs, they literally don't care. But then again, if I can avoid them eating dirt and other things that they may get into in the ground, I want to do that. So eventually that will get done on the farm. Hey, little hoggy. I love taking you guys for my morning feeding because I know y'all love to see the animals just as much as I see them every single day. Hi, Koa buddy. What's going on, dude? A little bit for you. And then a little bit over here for a big coon that'll wake up any moment now once he hears this. Watch those ears bounce. Oh, it's so cute. And there he goes.
How does that taste, big boy? Oh yeah, it's a lot better than that grower feed they were giving you to eat ya.
These two new pigs have actually created a good bond with. I like them. They're awesome. Now, while we make our way over to the duck enclosure to tell you the sad part of this entire video, an update on the saltwater tank inside, everything's doing great. There's no way in heck that when I feed all the fish in there that not one of those mysis shrimp find its way to that shark's mouth. He must be eating, but he's out roaming the tank and he's doing very good. As of right now, at least, he looks perfect. I just know he's eating those mysis shrimp somehow. Maybe the ones that are sitting on the bottom or something. He's eating something. Hello, everyone. Speaking of ducks, look who's still here. Literally works out with us every single morning, and she likes to bite. I don't know what it is, but she likes to bite. It's really weird to me because as you read the title and thumbnail of this video, Gary's gone, right? We're gonna elaborate on that more. Where did Gary go, etc. But it's weird, ow! It's weird that this random Muscovy duck showed up to my house the day of Gary disappearing. Very weird to me. It's almost like a spiritual thing, if people believe in that. I don't really get into that too much, but why did this random Muscovy duck, I was about to say nice, but she is not nice. It literally just popped up at my house. Very weird. We got maybe a conspiracy thing going on here at the PC farm. We have all the other ducks right here. And as you can see, it's a full squad. Like, we got a full squad of ducks. They are absolutely mobbing. Where is Garry. Why you all clicked on this video, this is one of, I don't want to say he's gone forever quite yet. This is the most known animal on my channel. I mean, I'm literally repping his merch just for this right here. We have no idea what happened to Garry. Literally did my nightly feeding, went to bed, gone the next morning. Just like that. Now, it's weird to me that we have not a clue where this goose is. 3 different reasons. It's incredibly loud. Ow! What was that for, dude? 24/7. You know how Garry is. He's literally the protection of this entire bunch here. 2, it's a massive white goose. 3, it doesn't fly. It has very, very little flight. Not only height, but distance. Like, it walks. That's all it does. It doesn't make sense to me how this goose is just gone. Why don't I hear it still? Face full of food. How does none of my neighbors, everyone knows what I do here, how have none of them seen Garry? Things are not adding up. First initial thing I thought to myself was, someone came on the property, stole the goose, and took off with it. Definitely could have still have happened, but there is a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's like 15 cameras on this property. Every single angle, the back, the front, the side. I was trying to take B-roll of my cameras, you son of a... Ah! Oh my God, leave me alone, leave me alone. What is wrong with you? The whole driveway, each enclosure has its own camera, like literally cameras everywhere on this property. So I went back, I played back all the footage, like from every single house camera. I played back everything, including the duck camera right here. There's a camera in the enclosure, literally getting everything. Unfortunately, this camera wouldn't let me play back anything unless I had a plan that I paid for. So I went ahead, bought the plan, right? Well, I only could look at footage from when the plan was bought, then on. So I bought it for no, well, now I have it, but yeah, I couldn't play back anything off this camera. Just this one enclosure. What are the chances of that? Nothing makes sense. I didn't get anything entering or leaving the property from the front, back, or either side. Literally, Garry not walking a fence, nothing. Dude, the thing just literally gone. Almost as if a hawk came down, picked up a 14-pound goose, and flew away with it. Doesn't make any sense. Now I have notes on my phone because this was just as shocking to me as it was for you watching right now. We posted all over the local groups on Facebook here, literally everywhere. Facebook, neighbors, what is the app?
Nextdoor.
Nextdoor. We posted everywhere, like the picture of Garry with me holding it and said, if anyone sees this goose, let us know. It's not hard to miss. That's what I'm trying to understand, dude. Huge, white with an orange face, and it screams constantly. How do you miss that? Something doesn't make sense here. Nothing eats that goose. Like a coyote's not gonna come on this property and eat the goose. It's gonna go for the easy ones over there. It's gonna go snatch one of those things up. Not the giant predator of a goose he is. So David and I walked the perimeters. We literally seen where a goose could possibly get out. There's nowhere. These fences are 4.5 feet tall, and that's the fence height that he's been in his entire life. And then on this whole backside here, and that whole backside, and that side right there, Pelusia is 7 feet tall along the whole fence. So if he flies, straight to the ground. There's no getting over that. So the only place that he could have flown out, this is the only spot right here. Literally the only spot. So there's this piece of wood just blocking, I mean, this is probably what, 2 feet? Probably 2 feet off the ground. Yes, very capable of getting over this if he really wanted to. Like, he would have to stick his head over that and be like, you know, I'm gonna get out right here. I'm gonna jump this thing and I'm gonna walk a mile down the side. He would have to jump over this, walk all the way down that, still going this way, still going, have to walk all the way down here and then all the way to the front yard, which is way, way up there. Hi, Lulu. What's going on, girl? Which, granted, is not impossible. Definitely could still have done that, but I got a camera up here too. I got cameras everywhere. And that camera did not show the goose walking by that right there. This tree is becoming so cool. I don't want to get off topic, but the coverage of this enclosure is just, oh, look, 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 look. So this right here is the only spot, and I'm gonna put a piece of wood here from now on. That's the only spot that he could have gotten out. Then again, if he is to get out, how have none of my neighbors seen him and none of the people that are in the Facebook group around here seen this white goose? Doesn't fly. Keep in mind, this goose does not take flight. It doesn't. It can't. The Chinese goose literally, it could fly, but it literally just like, you've seen Garry like jump off the ground and fly into the pond. That's about it. He's been in a fence this high for his entire life. Say it with me. It just doesn't make sense. And why would he leave this beautiful enclosure too? He's got all his little friends right here. This massive pond with a good fountain. Consistent food, just like our new little Muscovy's eating right now. There's no reason for this goose to want to leave. Now you may think to yourself, Paul, what if a coyote did come in and it somehow got Garry? There's not a single feather. Not one Garry feather in sight. Gary's feathers are much larger than the Pekin ducks and the other call ducks I have. There's not one feather, not one sign of anything of Garry. I've checked, oh my God, I just went right through a spider web. Holy crap. I've checked all along the back fence here. I mean, literally everywhere that he could have gotten chased and trapped and anything. Not a feather, not a sign of Garry whatsoever. So predator is kind of, in my opinion, out of the books. There's just no way. And like I said earlier, if a predator was to come, it is going to take the easy meal, which is one of these guys right here. And again, I've got a lot of lights out here. They've got a pond that ducks jump into. That's why I've never really had any ducks get eaten by anything. And I have cameras, and not any of those things had predator written anywhere on it. Dude, I'm stressed out, man. This was one of the biggest things on my channel. This guy talked to me, man. This goose was like my best friend, literally. And it's even worse for me because I have the channel, I have the audience, the Cuffaros watching, to explain everything that has to happen in this hobby, in this farm life. This is just part of it, honestly, and it sucks that it has to go this way because Garry was still young. I mean, they lived for a while. And I would have had that goose for a really long time. And who knows, you know, maybe someone on Facebook will reach out today in 10 minutes and say, hey, I got Garry in my backyard, didn't even see your video. So that's what I'm gonna ask from you right now. I'm gonna pop a picture up on the screen, screenshot it, share this video. If you're local, of course, obviously this goose is not in Indonesia, I know. Please do, it would help. It would be awesome to get this goose back home. I know for a fact something didn't eat it. There's just no way. I'd see feathers and signs of that. Deep down in my brain, I have two different things that I think have happened. One, someone stole it. I'm cool with all my neighbors, people behind me. I've never publicly said this, but they are a pain in the rear end. And this goose is loud, you know? It's legal, but it's loud. And I low-key feel like, you know, they might have just been, you know what I'm saying? Listen, not accusing anyone of anything, right? I don't want to do that. But if you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying. Two is the thing escaped and I just happened to miss it on my camera and it's gone. And that's really my only two things that I could think possibly could have happened. Garry was a massive, 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 massive part of this channel. And I know a lot of you are probably like literally crying right now. I already got all that out of me. This has been like 3 days now. I just haven't made a video because it's honestly hard to film something like this. It sucked. Got merch for this goose. He's in almost every single video. It's never a video I want to make. So yeah, let me know what you think in the comments down below happened to Garry. Whether he's gonna come back or not is beyond me. If he's not back in a little bit, of course, we will get Garry 2.0 because that's just part of the channel. We love geese. Granted, every single goose of his kind, the Chinese goose, will do the exact same thing. Although no one will ever compare to Garry the goose. And I hope he's living a lavish life flying through the Everglades right now. Anyway, Cuffaros, I'm trying to make light out of a situation. If someone did steal my goose, but it's really weird to me that this little girl showed up to my house the day of Garry going missing and literally doesn't leave my side. Like quite literally, I mean, I can move my hand right now and she'll just sit here. Like this is the coolest duck ever. It just popped up at my front door and has not left since, and it's nicer than any duck I have here at the farm. Look at this thing. I know I told you guys to name this duck, but I almost want to name it something along the lines of Garry.
Mary.
You're right, because Garry left and then Mary took Gary's place in a way. Of course, we're gonna get another Garry if we need to. Hopefully he returns. But like this duck, like literally will just sit on my shoulder. Dude, like what is, that's not normal. This is a random wild duck. It just showed up at my house. It's almost like Garry changed to Muscovy and arrived at my house. It doesn't make any sense, dude. That's wild. That could bite my ear off right now if it wanted to, but it doesn't. I apologize for videos like this because you know I like to have hyper active, action-packed videos normally. But you know when things like this happen, I need to make a straight up video just and only about things like this. If I hear anything, I'll update you guys way before YouTube on all my other social media platforms, which are all linked down below. My girl Mary and I are gonna go on the hunt for Garry. We're gonna find this goose. Sorry for having to upload this video. I seriously do apologize, although I couldn't have done anything about this. And just for the fact that this was such a sad video, I'm gonna see you right here tomorrow. Do you know if she right now, it would not be good. It would go right into my earlobe. That would not be good. I'll see you right back here tomorrow with a banger. Share this video. Let's find this goose. Peace.